Hello everybody, welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, in deck number 808, we're going to talk about Atogatog. One of the original WooBird commanders. It's one of each color for a 5/5 Atog legend. With a very specific block of text. Sacrifice an Atog. Atogatog gets +X/+X, where X is the sacrificed Atog's power. Now, way back in Antiquities was the very first Atog. It was red and it ate artifacts. And through the years, the early years, they made other Atogs that ate different things, but they all eat something, enchantments, lands, whatever. And then they even, two colors. And so there is enough actual Atogs to build Atog Tribal. However, the problem is if that's what you focus on, then you don't have a lot of stuff for the Atogs to eat, and you just play Atogs to feed to your Atogatog. So, I wanted to build a good Atogatog deck with no Atogs. So that's what I did. Obviously, there are a bunch of changelings. The very first thing we have to do is we have to cast our 5-color commander, or be able to, or just, we have 5 colors of magic here, so let's look at our mana fixing. It's more about fixing than it is ramp, right? So we have the Chromatic Lantern, Cultivate, Search for Tomorrow, Explosive Vegetation, Nature's Lore. I have a lot of swamp or forest something lands, Rampant Growth, Harrow. Into the north using these, I think one of each snow basic, and then of course the snow duels. Arcane Signet, Commander Sphere, Coalition Relic, Fertile Ground, Sky Shroud Claim, Soul Ring, Scuttlemutt. I know, it's weird, but it does tap for a mana of any color, and it can change color of a target thing. And it's a Scarecrow. That'll matter later. Wayfarer's Bauble. But I also put in Expedition Map because, since we are talking about changelings, and I mean lots of changelings, they are the everything, right? So maybe we use the Expedition Map to go get the Griffin Canyon, because they're all Griffins, right? Do we get to untap with them, Surprise Blocker, and get some +1, or maybe we go get the World Tree and spend double WooBird to just dump all those changelings that are gods into play. A little bit of card draw, Night Whisper and Growth Spiral. I know that's not a lot. I do have, as you saw, some creatures in the deck that are not changelings, so we're running stuff like Maskwood Nexus, Reflections of Litjara. But let's look at our actual changelings, right? So, we have changelings. We're just going to roll through them because there's a bunch. Venomous Changeling, Mistwalker, Ghostly Changeling, Mirror Entity, Aven Changeling, Guardian Gladecaller, Warspike Changeling, Morietta the Frost, Moonglove Changeling, Bloodline Pretender, Gladewalker Ritualist, Amoeboid Changeling, Turtleshell Changeling, Moth Dust Changeling, I'm saying that word a lot, Woodland Changeling, Litjara Glade Warden, Mask Vandal, Changeling Outcast, Game Trail Changeling, Litjara Kinseekers, Changeling Sentinel. I wonder how many times I've said that word this video, or will. Skeletal Changeling, Imposter of the Six, and importantly, Realm Walker. Now, I've had a chance to play this deck several times, and Realm Walker, amazing card, because, you can choose anything. When I drew it, I chose Atogs because I didn't want to give away what my whole shtick was, right? And my whole shtick was they were everything. Okay? They are giants so that I can play the Calamity Bear to double all their damage. They are slivers, so I can have Manaweb Sliver and Gemhide Sliver to tap for any color. And, while we're at it, Sliver cycling so we can go get to whatever we need. The Cloud Shredder is just because it was just too good. Flying and Haste, super good. And then also, all of those Sliver Giant Changelings are also Reaper King. I know you saw this coming with the Scuttlemutt. But, and the Reaper King works so well with, like, the Whirl Tree, bring them all in. But here is the oldest Reaper King trick that there is. We did this way back when we were playing Commander when Shadowmoor came out. So here's what it is, and I actually pulled this off in game. Last week, I believe, Changeling Hero. In original Lorwyn, there was this champion a creature or champion mechanic. It was either the creature type, you champion a merfolk, a goblin, whatever. But this just says champion a creature. And when it comes into play, you have to sack it unless you exile another creature, and when this leaves, that card comes back in. So we have Changeling Hero that does it in white. We have Changeling Titan that does it in green. And we have Changeling Berserker that does it. So the idea is we get one, and we champion a random creature, doesn't matter. And then the second one champions the first one. And because the first one leaves play, whatever it champion comes back in doesn't matter to the story. But when the third one comes in, it champions the second one. The first one comes back in play and has to champion something else. So you make this infinite loop, right? And they're all scarecrows. So they come into play, and you're like, can anybody stop this? We're just going to destroy every permanent on the board. It's not an infinite loop because you can stop it at any time. You can champion the or destroy the Scarecrow God. So, and how I got them was through Power of Heroes. I was able to play little non-threatening changelings early to kind of keep those initial early game beats off, the 1/1/2/2s that have nowhere to go. They're like, oh, look, free damage. So, but I was able to play those out, and everybody realizes it's a Changeling Atog deck, and you trade up for bigger things. I forgot a card draw spell. Oop. Distant Melody, kind of great for tribal type decks. We also have Reap the Past, which is fairly new. It's new to me. I know it's like 2 years old, but return X cards at random from your graveyard to your hand. Yes, it does use the word random, but the idea here is to make X all of your graveyard, so you get back what you want. And Tomorrow's Charm, because we are super committing to the board. It's an anti-wrath, giving indestructible. To removal wise, I'm kind of light, but the idea is, the Reaper King thing. We do have Disenchant, Mortify, Putrefy, and Crib Swap. I like Crib Swap because it does, triggers the things. I had a lot of fun building it. I had a lot of fun every time I've played it. It's played differently every single time. Yes, it is kind of win big or lose big. There are a lot of ways that you could, a coat of arms would be disgusting. But it normally is in a tribal deck, right? There are a lot of different ways I could have gone with it. But let's look at our non-basic lands, shall we? We're going to start with, I guess, Evolving Wilds, Exotic Orchard, Unclaimed Territory. That's kind of funny, right? Transguild Promenade, Path of Ancestry, Rupture Spire, Command Tower, Terramorphic Expanse, Zagothtrium, Endothotrium, those are also forest. And then what looks like, I don't have the full set, I have 9 of the Snowlands. Volatile Fjord, Ice Tunnel, Rimewood Falls, Sulphurous Mire, Snowfield Sinkhole, Glacial Floodplain, Arctic Tree Line, Highland Forest, and the Woodland Woodland Chasm. No Rogue's Passage. In a 5-color deck, without a single clear, I'm going to beat with. I mean, I guess I could. We could sack them all to the Atog. That's kind of implied, I guess, but I really like that because I was like the Gemhide Sliver, the Mana Weft. It's a huge thing. It's a fun deck to play. It really is, because when you throw down a Atogatog in the command zone, they're like, okay. So that is 808. Well, I know y'all wanted that 808. Songs in my head. Anyway, that is what I have got for today. I do appreciate it. Love the Atogatog. Honestly, it took Kaldheim coming out to actually make that thing, because it has been chilling in the unused general binder for years. So that's what I've got. I appreciate y'all watching, liking, subscribing, all that stuff. If you haven't subscribed and you're watching 11 minutes in, click that subscribe button. Does a lot. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle and cut.